Just a quick recap of the stuff that I've got building up around my desk that I need to do. Not so important. I've got the brush cutter turned up for my hedge trimmery thing, whatever it's called, brush cutter, I suppose. Strimmer? A strimmer if it's got a string on it, brush cutter when it's got one of these on it. But this thing is an absolute beast. It says 4mm thick, but God, it feels like a lot more. That is going to spin around really fast, and it's got these bendy down teeth because it will also mulch. It will get all of the the brambles and stuff that's interwoven into the ground, the stuff that goes along the floor, along the ground, under the grass. This should better get in there and rip it out. So I'm actually frightened to use that thing. That's terrifying. Anyway, that's got to go on. Outside double sockets. A really easy thing to do is when you have a double plug socket, of which there's none here, they're right underneath the desk. When you have a double plug socket on a wall, it's really easy to take the cover off, drill with a very small drill bit straight outside, so now you get a small hole outside, and then you go on the outside and you get a big drill bit and you drill back in again to open the hole up. So lying around here somewhere by my feet are some very big drill bits. I don't know where they are because I keep losing everything. Yeah, I've got no idea. Anyway, big drill bit means probably like, whatever that is, 3/4 of an inch. Enough to easily take a cable through. So you take the cover off, small hole through on the outside, bigger hole back through again. So now you've got a hole this big. And that will then take some electrical cable, this sort of stuff. Yeah. So this looks like 2.5mm. Yeah, so that would do for plug socket on the outside. And then you take this outside socket, fix it on the wall outside, weatherproof it against the wall so it's sealed so no water can get down into it. So now you've got a double socket on the outside with a wire sticking through that will connect into this. Wire sticks through. You connect it onto the back of that socket you've got here. Put the cap back on again. Done. I don't know if it's certifiable. I don't think it is. It's such a simple thing. So normally these plug sockets you'd have around the house are on a ring, so that it would basically go all the way around. So what you're doing is just tapping off the ring. It's probably got a posh name like a spur. I bet Nino tells me the right name. But it's easy to do. So I've got 3 or 4 of these to put in. There's one in the lounge already waiting to go in. The hole's already there. I just need to turn off the power downstairs just to connect it up. And then I've got you can't see it, but behind this unit here, this is a solid wall with plaster. And so there's a plug socket behind there. So what I've done is taken the face off the plug socket. I've then cut into the wall, gone right the way down there to the corner, and then put the plug socket back on again. So what I've got is a channel in the wall that goes right the way up behind the double plug socket. And then, I might be able to show you this, I can't remember what's under the stairs. The point of it is to bring power here. There's no power. Ah, okay, I've got loads of rubbish in here. There's a hole, look, see that? That hole goes straight through and is the corner of my room. And the idea is double socket there, same thing, through the hole, through the channel on the other side, into the back of that double socket, creating another spur there. And from that one, I will then go around underneath the stairs under there. I'll go around the bottom, and I'll come straight through this wall here and put a double socket there. So we've got power here for the light, for the, I don't know, telephone, or the Hoover actually, wherever I don't know where the Hoover's gone. Where's it gone? It's in there, there it is. So that's Maggie. Maggie's been turned off for a few days now. Maggie will live in there and she will wake up and she'll clean this floor for us once I get the double socket in. Oh, and while I'm in here, I might as well go over here. This socket over here, I've already taken it off. In fact, you can see by the hint that it's not quite screwed back on properly. So that's come off. I've put the hole through, the cable's there. The double socket, which is going on the outside, is there. And I've actually got a junction box, which I might put on the outside as well. Ignore these, this is Kate's lamp thing, head torch thing. So that there is going to basically go on the outside of the house. That gives me power outside into the garden, for which we can then power our so there'll be a socket, it's just there, can't see it. Right next to the drain pipe, there's a tiny bit of something sticking out there, right in the middle. That's actually a hole with a bit of cardboard stuck in it, and then some white sealant around it, so it's not going to let any moisture in. Once that's done, I've got power to there, which is great. And it lets me at least have power here if I need it. There is another cunning plan over there, roughly where that post is. We're going to sink another post there. I don't know if I can use that. It's probably rotting or rotted. So I'm going to put another post there at some point soon. Another post in there, and another post right at the other side of the house where the outside buildings are going. So I don't know if I stand in the middle of the house here. Okay, so I'm looking along the back of the house towards the side. I want one double socket, or what's a double socket like you've just seen, a weatherproof one, but also like a conduit box, so I can have a decent amount of electrical supply right there in the garden if I need it. Not a plug socket, just like a point, and there's good reason for that. And now once that one's in, you have an armoured cable go right in under the ground, under here, under all this, and it goes down because our meter is down at the back of the house, and he's going to come straight off of this meter board. This is the back of the house now, looking down to where I want that power point, right down there. This is where the cable is going to come, right the way down to this point here. So from here we go down. We might have to lift a tile or cut it across, but anyway, don't know how we put the electrics. There, down there to there, and then electrics from here down across, and roughly where that post is over there. So I've got a decent supply and a couple of outside sockets. Decent supply, a couple of outside sockets, and the plan is I can put in the rest of the electrics from the decent supply point to the workshop. That's a bit of armoured cabling. I can do that. That's a bit easy. That bit's easy. Connecting into this thing here, this meter thing, I don't like going in there. They're going to put a separate power source in there, and it's certified electric. So if we sell the house, it's like, you know, is that proper wiring? Yeah, it is. You know, here's a certificate of installation. So I want power points there and sockets, power points there and sockets, and this particular one is going to drive the whatever we put in here, whether or not it's lights or the outbuildings, which is why I don't just want a couple of plug sockets. I want 2 plug sockets for tools, but also I want that power access point thing where I can then tap off and supply proper cabling into those buildings. So when I do it, it's not certifiable. If a proper electrician does it, it is. So we pay for them to do the proper bit, and then I do the dirty bit of just connecting up to whatever buildings we're putting in. Oh, that was supposed to be a quick update. I'm so sorry. Right. Yeah, back to me. I've got things on my desk that whenever I go in there, I just went in there to change my trousers because it's actually mucky outside. I see stuff lying around, and I think, oh, I've got to do that. I've got to do that. There's so many things. Every time I look at a side, I think, yeah, that's there for a reason. And I've got to remind myself that light. I've got to do that light. Look, because I've changed it. I've put in LEDs instead of these horrible fluorescents, and then we've got lights in here to consider, which means I have to go up into that roof space there and sort out all the wiring up there. And I've got an electrician to come and do some of that as well, some stuff that I can't do. Don't know why I'm looking in the garage. Probably because if I look, there's like stuff to do. It's like, oh yeah, I've got to do that. Oh god, there's loads of it. Anyway, all of this painting stuff should be active today. This thing. While I'm talking about it, this right, we've got 2 of these. We've got one of Chris's, which is a really substantial beast, and it's actually down in the workshop because it is a substantial beast. We've got this really cheap thing here. It's just like a very simple, like 2 steps, look, 2 steps up, and it gives you a little work platform. The thing is, it weighs absolutely nothing, and it is absolutely brilliant. I should have bought 2 of these years ago. It's been fantastic. It brings you up about this high, which is, I don't know, like 18 inches or something. But that's perfect. It's raining. It's perfect. You can stand on it and you can reach all of the high bits of a room. So as soon as Kate's out of bed, then we'll go into the lounge. We'll pull everything into the middle of the lounge, and then we'll get the old frog tape out, which is probably lying around here somewhere. And we will, using that thing, we will just go along. We'll put tape in one kind of movement, I suppose. Or I can put the thing up, because it's however wide that is, just over a metre. Because it's over a metre, I can put it up here, and I can walk and do that bit. So I can put like, whatever you call it, that frog tape, for a good 2 meters at least. It's fantastic, that thing. Invaluable. If you're planning on doing any decorating, just buy one, if you can afford it. You know, it's a brilliant tool. It's been so good. I'm kind of hoping this turns into one of those sort of tools, like a, you know, a silly, almost gimmicky thing you buy and go, actually that's been invaluable, because we've got a lot of stuff to move. Oh my gosh, 10 minutes, I'm so sorry. Right, I'm going to go and finish. I can't show you, can I see you? I'm going to get wet. Anyway, I've mapped it out down there. It's all painted on the ground, running left to right there, right across behind that cement mixer. It's painted blue on the floor, and I've just started cutting it in. So I'm going to go and try and oink some of that out and see what I've got. I might need to get the SDS drill out, which luckily I've got all the bits ready to go for it. And I might have to hammer into some of the rock, because so quickly here, it doesn't take much just to scratch away what's on the top, and then suddenly you hit like a fragmented rock. This is hail. This rain is bouncing. Yes, brilliant. Yeah, it's now hailing. Yeah, definitely hailing. Right, keep going. Speak later. Bye.